Hey friends, we've got a new partner of the podcast. It's Sarah Styles Collective. She's a wardrobe consultant. She's a stylist. She's a former TV fashion host. You know her, you love her. It's Sarah Skillrood. She has launched a brand new career to help you feel confident in the clothes that you're in. If you just need a little pick-me-up by the season, if you've got a special occasion coming up, if you're just looking for what the trends are going to be next week, next year, she has got you covered. So head to Sarah Styles Collective on Instagram and let her know we sent you. Our partners and friends at Isomers Skincare are still here to help you feel and look your best in the skin that you're in. No matter your age, no matter your skincare want or need, they have got you covered. Isomers has real chemistry. They are science-based skincare created by chemists to bring the best ingredients and the best results to your skin. What you're going to do is go to isomers.ca, use the code HAPPY20, and you're going to get 20% off your purchase. If you spend $100 or more, it's free shipping and handling, so enjoy. That's isomers.ca.
I want to love you, PYT, pretty young thing. You need some loving, TLC, tender loving care.
That's all I know.
I'm taking there. Yes, I will.
Guys, is it still okay to sing Michael Jackson? I say it is.
Yes.
I say it is.
Love the art. You know, don't judge the art by the
also,
artist.
There's so many conspiracy theories out there anyway.
Who can say?
Who knows what these people are going through in Hollywood?
Right.
That is why Becky and I chose not to be a part of Hollywood, as they were chasing us down.
You know that, like when superstars will be like, I'm retiring from Hollywood. Yeah. That is code for, I don't have an agent anymore. Nobody's calling.
Yeah, Becky and I chose not to be part of Hollywood.
We walked away. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because we just knew that there's something weird when they all come out just a little bit crazy.
That's right.
Welcome into So Happy You're Here podcast. We are literally just so happy and tickled that you're here. This is Becky. I'm Erin. We all met talking fashion, so we like to kick off each week. We've got a good week planned.
Yes, we do.
Just the two of us. We got a few good things we need to catch up on, but we always like to kick off with fashion. Do you have anything fashion on your mind, my love?
Ding 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 bum.
Hey, last time the music didn't work. Did it work this time, you think?
You know what? I think I cut it off.
Got it.
We have a little soundboard here, a la Danny Pellegrino. It's the same sounds, actually.
We have a soundboard, but if you asked me how to work any of it, I wouldn't know. And here I am making fun of Becky that last week the soundboard didn't work. If you wore headphones, you would know.
No, but I think
you don't want to wear headphones.
I think I cut it off. I mean, I know what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, did that one work this time?
I don't know. Who can say?
Fashion flash. Do you have anything on your mind for fashion today?
Oh, so, when you're doing, I don't know if this is how you do your fashion, but I follow like Google Trends, or I'll type in how you type in fun time stories. That'll make me smile. Like, that's what I'll do too. Like,
but watch out. They often give you gun time stories that don't make you smile. Right. You got to be careful.
So I'll just type in like news of the day, and I'll find out about the shows, or I'll find out about new creative directors, but I don't get the story that I want, which is, what should I wear? I just want to type in, Dear Google, what should I wear today?
Yes. I mean, you could also ask me. I'll tell you everything.
Tell me, because I do it by weather. You know that.
Yes. But you also run hot.
I run so hot. It's actually very pleasant in here today. If you start to see the glow up, you can say, girl, turn down that heat.
Turn down for what?
Oh, let's go. Turn down for what?
I love that song.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe we'll sing that one next time.
Nothing says get your twerk going. Like, turn down for
this
what?
little lady can twerk too, by the way.
I don't really have the necessary apparatus in the back.
No, but
taught me. I still get it moving.
It's less about the booty and more about the.
It's not.
Is that your
magic.
hip? What is that?
It's like the lower back.
Lower back.
My lower back. I think some people can do it in like literally like articulate their like inner thighs and actual butt muscles. I like fake it with a lower back.
It's real. It looks real to me.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. I was listening to a commercial the other day for lotion. Do you remember this song? My butt, my back, my
booty and my crack. Yeah.
It was on an actual nationwide commercial for some lotion.
I feel like you might be late to that because the boys sing that to me all the time for like a year or so. No?
I think that is shocking.
Really?
That was a nasty song, right? When it came out?
Yeah.
To be picked up by Nivea or whoever. I just feel like
now they're not going to sponsor us. And we almost had them hook, line, and sinker.
Had him on the line. We walked away.
It was between Jennifer Aniston and us. And no, she's a Nevo.
We walked away.
Okay, will you please tell me for fashion, you just want to know?
So the take home message that I got was like academic. And I was giggling to myself because I was like, yeah, no shit,
like
Sherlock.
The academic trend.
Yeah, like okay, I'll show you what I did. I did like a little...
If you're listening, like Becky, great news is wearing pants today, or a bottom.
Just barely.
A cute schoolgirl plaid shirt.
Right, and a little loafer, kind of.
Really cute, burgundy, suede, tasseled loafer. Those are cute.
Okay, but P.S., of course.
Okay.
Right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you read some of these articles, it's as if people just discovered fire.
Like florals for spring, groundbreaking, as Miranda once said.
Yes.
Okay, I agree with you. Like obviously it's back to school season, it's fall, so we're thinking back to school, collegiate, academic, preppy. But they do get reinterpreted every time.
True.
This is where I think you've updated it.
Yeah.
The light blue and burgundy combination is a huge combination for 2025.
So what makes it feel modern?
Yeah. So if we were looking at this, back in the 90s when I wore that same skirt with a questionable over the knee sock at the age of 15.
What kind of a boot or what kind of a shoe?
I was wearing like a thick loafer, but then a sock that went up and over like a thigh high.
What are you, Avril Lavigne?
Or slutty. I don't like... I look back at the photos and I think, I don't know if that's what I was going for, but that's what came across. Back then it was a heavy wool and it was like a deep red, like a blood, not blood, cherry red, although that's in now, but you're doing an updated color combination.
And I'm still not quite ready for fall. I'm still fighting it. So I feel like it's a little bit lighter fabric.
Your fabric is lighter. Mm-hmm. So back to school time is also academic.
Like browns and burgundies. Really? Like it's so funny.
Somebody's taking on the fashion world today.
Yes.
And it's you.
Bring it.
Well, as somebody who acts like it's groundbreaking every year, I got to tell you something. Did you know, like the Clueless, like schoolgirl look? I mean, Clueless, Oops, I Did It Again, all that. It's all schoolgirl. As somebody who eats it all up, I've been studying the Parisian ladies.
Okay, what are you loving?
Because I am going to go back to Paris in a few weeks.
So now this is a woman who wants to, when she goes to a concert, dress like the artist. So when you go to Paris, do you say, I want to be taken as a Parisian? I want to be mistaken for...
I have no problem with somebody knowing that I'm just a lady with a mic from Minnesota.
Yeah.
But what happens is I get there and I get so inspired that if I don't at least try to blend in, I will buy all new clothes and throw out my whole suitcase. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it just behooves my marriage and my wallet that I at least go somewhat inspired by them so I don't try to buy all new clothes.
Do a little prep.
The great news is they are doing the most more effortless than ever. Barely there, everything.
Are you going to do like an overcoat? Like what weather are you going to have? Is it rainy? What is it?
I'll be there in November. Mm-hmm. And so you guys will have to tell me. Weather's the last thing I look at. I mean, I'm just...
And I don't know.
I don't want that to stop my outfit.
I ask Father Phil every day.
No idea.
What kind of weather are we going to have today? And he goes, you have a phone?
Yeah. And you can also see it. And everybody talks about it. Everybody does. But in Minnesota, I will give you this. You never know each day.
True.
You could literally go from snow to 70-degree sun in a 24-hour period.
Yes.
But anyway, the Parisian chicks are doing just super effortless. Strong staples, like good staples, a good turtleneck, crew neck tee, a smart pair of jeans, and then just like a brilliantly tailored coat.
Love it.
Of any course, it's or of any shape
Fabric.
or style.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's more about having good pieces that just look effortlessly chic together.
Oh, I'm excited about what you put together.
It reminded me of, remember when we had Manuela Marchigiani on?
Yeah.
And she was talking about even when she didn't have the money to spend, she would still save and buy an expensive, nice piece, perfectly tailored.
How did she word it? She was like, we didn't have enough money to buy cheap things.
Exactly.
I thought that was such a brilliant way to say it.
Yes, I think the Parisian ladies are really doing that. They're also talking about how their hair is just almost looks like air dried.
Ooh,
like just nothing coiffed,
yeah.
nothing overdone. So that speaks to me, A, aesthetically, but B, that's my type of vibe. Like run out with the wet hair and let it go.
So good.
Which actually, do you know what's funny? Is after 10 years in television where you have to really plan where you're, like if I was up on a white set, my dark hair would be everywhere, or like you have to style your hair and your makeup.
Yeah.
I forgot before that how little of that I did. Do you know what I'm saying?
I told you that job made getting ready less fun for me.
Yeah, you fall into this like not news anchor, but definitely there's certain rules like we discussed last week with Rob.
Yeah.
About like how you have to look on air. And it kind of messed with my mind.
Do you remember what he used to say? If you don't look like a painted whore, you don't have enough makeup on. Like, I would be like, I really went heavy today. And he's like, I can't even see you. You're just absolutely.
For television. We are not recommending this in everyday life. And if you got off air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. and had to go to your kids' sporting events.
With a full lash.
If you don't think some of those ladies were talking about a painted whore. I think they're still afraid of me to this day. Who is that woman in a full lash and a red lip at 11 a.m. on a soccer field? And who's her kid? Oh, it's James. He took a nap. He's laying in the grass napping. Sticks with me. He only did soccer for one season. And if you know James, that makes sense.
I used to love that. The little kids in baseball too, they'd be like picking dandelions and walking backwards around. Yeah.
Have I told you about my 1 year in T-ball?
No.
Hang on tight. At the ripe age of 4, my parents put me in T-ball and I was horrified.
You couldn't wear a skirt there.
You can't wear a leotard. There's no mirrors to pull the shoulders down. And not one person out there was shaking their heads. I didn't want to go. It was against everything I stood for.
That's right. This is not who I am.
They even tried to we had those old trucker hats and they tried to balloon letter my name on the front. It was gray too, which isn't in my color wheel. It's not necessarily.
It makes me look sallow.
Yeah. I was like, does that highlight my natural skin tone? I don't think so, Dad. Anyway, they put me in a crew neck t-shirt that said, the gray lions or whatever, and his shorts and my hat. And I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
So I took my place in outfield where they put all the people who don't want to be there at that age. And, I was doing my cartwheels because, that's how I got attention.
You had a little free time.
Refer back to episode 1 if you want to know how I started my journey in entertainment. It wasn't appropriate. But anyway, so I was doing my cartwheels trying to catch anybody's attention I could. And they weren't pulling me off the field and they weren't letting me go. And I noticed then I had to use the ladies' room. And I don't remember if there was bushes nearby or a porta potty or what have you.
Well, we know about the outdoor lavatory
in my other backyard. So I was just out in the outfield and I reasoned with myself. I said, I think this is the only way out. So I put my hands on either knee as though I was about to catch a ball, get into position. But instead I just went for it and peed my pants.
This is a cry for help. Get me out of here.
Then your mom and dad have to take you home. You don't have to play the rest of the game.
I've tried cartwheels. I tried
to show them this isn't who I am. Listen, I did everything I could. Gray's not my color. Look at my cartwheel. Do you think a gymnast like this belongs on a baseball field? And when that didn't work, I wet myself.
And that was the one and only time.
I haven't played a sport since. Not a sport. Anyway, I don't know how we got there.
That's hysterical.
I don't know how we got there, but anyway, Becky and I feel like if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So if you have stumbled upon us, we're so happy to have you here, but this is not for anger advice. This is not for I don't know.
You go find Raquel Copeland. She'll give you some advice. That's right. One of my favorite follows. This is not that.
Yeah,
I love her. Go find Instagram. This
is not that. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And as Becky once famously said, if we do teach you something, it is on accident.
Just by surprise. It'll surprise all of us. That's right.
On that note, we do like to go through headlines and hearsay. And again, it's just a headline or hearsay. If you want to do your own research, you can. Yeah. And I know I promised a few weeks back that I wouldn't turn this into a Dancing with the Stars podcast, even though I desperately want to.
It was lies, all lies.
Because that's who I am. But I hope that you're all up to speed on Dancing with the Stars. We always record a day before it comes out, so we won't be up to speed on talking about it. But whether you've been watching or not, have you been watching?
I'm a skimmer. I true to headlines and hearsay.
How can you be a skimmer? It's so riveting.
I do. I am a little bit surprised by some of the
other people who get let go.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Whether you watch Dancing with the Stars or not, I really think it is an incredible exercise in where we are.
Oh, culturally.
Yes.
Interesting.
Because when Dancing with the Stars started, I think it was again, I think around 2007, because I remember watching it when Will was a baby. there wasn't such a strong social media presence.
Right.
There wasn't such an ability to record and watch it back. So most of us, I know for me, I was watching it live.
So it's like appointment viewing.
If I could watch it. And then afterwards, I just sat and talked to the dog and my husband, neither one who were listening.
Can you believe it?
Everything I thought, and then put on an old leotard and tried to shimmy myself in front of the mirror. And now... everything with Dancing with the Stars, now if you go on like TikTok or Instagram, there are conspiracy theories, there are viral videos from influencers talking about it. There's so many opinions.
Yeah.
That it's really changed kind of the landscape of how Dancing with the Stars
And it's
is.
interesting because when it first began, in my memory, it was kind of like the Love Boat. Do y'all remember this? That it was the place where celebrities went to go away. Like it was part of this decline, kind of the D-list.
It was like their swan song.
And it is still, I mean, it's not like it's pulling, Tom Cruise isn't on, but it does this. It's relaunching people. It's really good for business.
Like Eileen, I can never remember her last name. Again, headlines and hearsay, everybody. She was Meredith on The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
So like for her, I really think it's reinvigorating her career.
Totally.
Not that she didn't have a fabulous career. If you check her IMDb, I think she's got a lot of great
It's just a good
credits.
reminder.
Exactly. And it's helping a completely different generation fall in love with her.
Really smart.
Because she did announce she's 54 or 56. I can't remember. She's in her mid 50s. And I think maybe some of the younger generation just know her as Meredith from The Parent Trap.
Yeah.
But now they know her as Eileen, the real human.
How smart.
Yeah. And it's reinvigorating careers. 100%. It's also a lot more mean comments, which is hard for me as somebody
In social media?
as somebody who is like, listen, I'm not yet a D-list celebrity.
We're achieving. We hope to achieve D.
I'm around like a W. One day, hope to get up into the D's. I don't know. Even at the low level of like public familiarity we have had.
Yeah.
Mean comments hurt and they stick with you.
Yeah.
So then I also wonder about how like some of these pros who have been on it since the get-go,
right,
when all they really got was the votes and maybe some feedback from family.
So in the old days, is that the way you engaged with them? You literally just picked up the phone, beep, boop, beep, boop.
Well, you would pick up the phone to vote, which this is crazy. I just thought about this. In all the years I've been watching every single season, Madly in Love,
Have you never voted?
Not once.
You know why? I tried to vote once for American Idol, and they want way more than just press yes or no.
Do they?
Like they want you to have your email. Like it's a whole thing.
Oh, sure. They want to get you. Well, maybe they're trying to ask you to be on American Idol.
Oh.
You'll be a next contestant. You never know. Throw that stuff in. Anyway, now back in the day, you just voted. I had a landline at the time.
Yeah.
So I could just beep boop bop. Now I think you can text or go online.
Yeah.
And you can vote like up to 10 times. I can't remember how much.
Here's what I've never understood though. If you're the last person to go and voting ends, like wouldn't the first person, do you know what I mean? Am I looking too much into it? Wouldn't the first person have a better chance?
So as a former competitive dancer, you never wanted to go first. Now, again, this was back in, the 80s and 90s. You didn't want to go first because you always felt like the judges were reserving
The big scores.
points because they didn't know what to put you up against.
Yes.
But they had to give you something. So it's like they always wanted to leave room on either end. And by the end, if you have a good routine, the theory was you would probably get higher points because they had already seen poor routines come through. They'd seen the gamut.
Yes.
So perhaps that's the same with people voting. Like by the end, they know they have to get their votes in. They might forget a few dances.
Yeah.
They might forget how they felt after a dance, So I don't know. But I would think if you were towards the end, you actually had a benefit.
But that's why I think it is a popularity contest, because I don't think it's about the dancing. I think people decided ahead of time, this is my person.
Now you're onto something. So definitely popularity leads into it. And there has been controversies before where people have won or gone on who have no business being on that dance floor as far as dance goes.
Yeah.
So from popularity. But I think the overtone of that, or even above popularity, and I'll just quote Maya Angelou in the middle of this to really set the scene.
Yes.
People will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but people will never forget the way you made them feel. And I think, especially now in such like dark times in, the world, besides this podcast and Dancing with the Stars.
Your only hope.
The only two places for joy. I think that people want to feel something.
Ooh.
And so for this season specifically, and who knows where things are at by the time this publishes, because we have got a result coming in. Specifically, like Andy Richter, who was Conan O'Brien's sidekick for many years. No offense, Andy, but he cannot move.
No, of course
like
not.
these other people. But he makes you feel so good. The way he draws you in, his earnesty and like his gratitude for being there.
You want to cheer for him.
And then his partner, Emma, she's got this sweet British accent. She's
she the
from
blondie
the UK.
blonde?
She's blonde, but
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are.
Yeah.
But she's UK. She's got a thick little accent. Don't make me do it because it's all inappropriate. They have this amazing, and when I say chemistry, not romantic, they're not sleeping together, but like friendship.
Yes.
And this authenticity to them. And so they beat out, and I've talked about this before, Ilaria Baldwin, who's with Gleb. And like Gleb,
And she's a professional dancer.
Ilaria used to be a professional dancer. And she obviously was accused of, posing as an actual Spanish woman versus somebody who loves Spanish culture.
Right.
And she's married to Alec Baldwin, who is also controversial. And then her partner, Gleb, had a lot of controversy in the previous season with his former partner, Brooks Nader. They got together, they were sleeping together, they were having sex.
Do you
they
think
had a
that's
messy
what people
breakup.
were rejecting?
Well, I think it's more so Ilaria, to be quite honest, because Gleb, no matter, he's like the really hot boyfriend. I mean, like
It doesn't matter
he
what
comes
he
with
does.
all the red flags, but you're like, okay. I mean, just this once. Ilaria got booted, and she like by far was one of the best dancers the show's ever seen.
So it's not about
but you
that.
don't feel good. At the end, you're thinking,
Oh, of course she's
she
good.
seems like a nice person, but it didn't. You just didn't.
I will tell you.
I felt a little cringy a lot of times.
I'm going to tell you
watching
what
her.
I reacted to. She's got 8,000 kids.
7.
And I think it's really difficult. And I don't know if she's had any plastic surgery. When you're looking at someone like that going, for real, it's so unattainable. Like in our old work, you wanted to be aspirational, but it was still grounded in reality.
Right.
You couldn't be so... one of my very favorite hosts on the network, it was really one of the most beautiful people you'll ever see in real life. And to knock down her beauty, or not knock it down, but make it relatable, she's super funny. And she's super good at making you feel comfortable with her silliness.
Yes.
Because otherwise you could be like, you almost wouldn't want her to succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which
I feel
is
like
unfortunate, but yeah.
I think that's just a human reaction. But when I would look at Ilaria, I was like, how is this even possible? Right?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I haven't thought about that in a while because I just desperately wanted to wear that first lime green outfit that she had on. I've just been so jealous of the costuming.
Fantastic.
I took it. I don't know if they're like this in real life, but they were a little cringy.
Yeah.
Like some of it maybe felt like trying too hard, or some of it maybe felt like forced. And so immediately like my whole body would clench up and I was like, oh, that felt cringy.
Well, we've talked about that. There is a woman.
Like a little bit of the ick.
We've gotten the ick from, I mean, I don't want to be specific, but there is a kind of a famous clip that goes around social media right now about a podcast interview like we do.
Okay.
And the reviewer is looking at the woman speaking and saying, why are you getting this feeling? And it's because it's not genuine. It's because she's not making a connection with the camera.
Have I seen this? I have? Okay. I can't remember it, but
Should I blurt it out?
No.
I'll beep this.
Anyway.
It's Jamie Kern.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yes.
right.
And I think we don't even know. It's like Uncanny Valley. We don't control our reactions. It's just the way we feel.
Yeah. It's also, I think, that's a good point. I also think Dancing with the Stars represents like you can get really far if you make people feel good about themselves.
Great note.
Or not even about themselves. You're not in charge of what other people think of themselves, but if you leave the room and somebody feels inspired or somebody feels, and it's not always our job to make other people feel great, but it just does go to show you that like the attitude and the authenticity behind it and the intention behind it can go a long way.
I think authenticity is huge. I have told you this story a million times. Sitting in Father Phil's Jeep, and he was talking about fishing for 3 hours, super passionate about fishing and telling me about the boat and telling me about the lures. And I was sitting there going, oh, thank God he's so cute, because I was bored out of my mind.
Yes.
But I was also excited to hear him talk about something he was excited about.
When did this happen?
When we were dating.
And you wanted to stick with it.
Well, I mean, I'm not a Fisher lady, but
you didn't fall asleep or anything.
Might have
You're not
dozed
an angler.
off a couple times.
The other thing I think that happens on Dancing with the Stars, and maybe Phil did this too, is they don't read the room the right way. You know, they don't read the room.
God bless him, but he is guilty of this.
Does Phil do that? Well, and I think that happens on Dancing with the Stars too. Like, they'll misread the room. You know, they'll think something's funny and it's not, or something's more meaningful and people didn't pick up on it.
Yes.
And by the way, I say all of this, I think it's really hard to be a celebrity or a pro on Dancing with the Stars because there is so much now feedback around it.
Yes.
And I don't think you can get out of that show without misreading the room once or twice.
Have you ever misread the room?
100 times. I thousands. Have you?
Yeah. The one, I think I told you this one. This is again back in the dating years. So it was 1,000 years ago, and I was working at a retail store. Were
you dating Phil?
No. This is pre-Phil. There was a time pre-Phil.
As my boys would say, you liked someone before dad?
That's the thing. Like little kids.
Yes. They were like, what?
My kids are almost 30, and I think they don't know I ever dated anybody.
Wait, real quick before you tell us that you misread the room. My girlfriend has 2 younger kids right now.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know, 7 and 8 or something.
Yeah.
And her ex-boyfriend still lives in the same town they live in, and they ran into each other, and they're adults. So it was like, oh, good to see you. Like, like friends, right?
Of course. And
when they walked away, her daughter goes, Mom, who was that? And she's like, that actually was my boyfriend from high school. Isn't that funny? It's so good to see him. And the daughter taps the son on the shoulder and she goes, I won't say his name. She goes, oh, that was almost our dad.
That's like when you said to the boy that was here, the only reason you're here is because of me.
The only reason you're alive, little one,
you're welcome,
is because I introduced your parents at a happy hour where I do all my best work. All my best work. Okay, when did you misread the room?
Oh. So this was, I think about this actually, when I get dressed, I think about it all the time. Boyfriend says, let's do something fun. Let's go to a fancy dinner. I, of course, am not great with time management. I don't have an outfit planned. So I'm working in retail, and the store is very Kohl's-esque, very Kohl's adjacent. Okay. So you're not going to get high fashion at a place that also has towels and bedding.
It's mass market.
It's a very mass market.
Mass market, baby.
So I thought, you know what I'll do? I don't like any of these offerings in terms of like dresses or something like that. So I'm going to go way the other way. Went to the men's department, got a crisp white shirt, got some like fuller pleated baggy black pants. And this is probably in late 80s.
So you Diane Keaton'd it.
Totally.
Yes.
I was going to go
Diane Keaton.
Yeah,
cute. Did you wear a hat?
Nope, I didn't do the hat. I didn't do a tie, but I did.
I love this idea.
It was cute. Like a little loafer. Like I thought I was going to be really edgy that way.
Did you have your Demi Moore haircut too? Mm-hmm. Cute.
Yeah, so it was very boyish.
Very like
kind of androgynous.
Brat Pack. Is that what they call them back in the day?
Brat Pack?
Brat Pack.
Yeah.
Very Brat Pack.
Yeah, it was cute. And I still stand by the idea, except for when we got there and somebody asked me where the bathroom was, and I was like, oh, it's over there. And I realized, oh, you think I work here? Because everybody had a white shirt and black pants. This is not a sexy...
Were you dressed as a server?
Exactly the same. Yep, exactly the same as the servers. And I thought, that's a miss.
You could get a date and a tip.
That's right.
That's not too bad.
I should have cleared a couple tables.
Hey, on your way to the bathroom, you might make a few bucks as a bus lady.
Cash. Why not?
Yeah, that's not too bad misreading the room, but you should have asked where you're going first.
Ask questions. Ask. Yes.
I remember when I first started working at Target, which by the way, I just ran into my old boss at Target. Oh my gosh, we were dying laughing.
How fun.
We were standing in Costco. My worst place in the whole world.
You do that annually, like once a year.
No, now I have to go more often.
Oh no, this is part of your
my calendar is cleared
your
up
daily rounds.
Yes,
oh no,
so upsetting because I'm not good at it. I mean, I appreciate their deals, but I'm just like my mind. Anyway, that's for another. That's another time.
Too much.
I ran into my old boss at Target and we had the best time. We were talking for like an hour in the aisles of Costco. We were so annoying. People were trying to get around us. But anyway, when I first started working at Target, it was right out of college. So it almost felt like an extension of college, but now I was like a millionaire because I was making $19,000 a year just felt like.
Did you ever want to make your age? Was that ever a thing when you were working, when you were younger?
No, I just remember, and that wasn't really my salary, I remember barely being able to afford rent.
Yeah.
Literally paying for the bus with coins that I would find anywhere I could, in the couch, on the street, taking the extra pennies. I don't know how I ate food. I think I had to go on dates.
That might have been the variable. Oh
no, actually, I was still a server. I had my serving job at night and on the weekends.
Right.
And then I would work at Target during the day. But anyway, so it felt like college, you know, and like so many young people at that time worked there.
The energy in downtown Minneapolis in these years was electric.
Gosh, like late 90s, early 2000s, and Target was booming. And anyway, it was a really fun time. But I misread the room because it was our first like happy hour as a department. I started in Department 55 Candy, which did nothing for my weight coming out of college and going right into a desk job. But I started in Candy, and in this department, you would have entry. I mean, I was bottom of the barrel entry level.
Do you remember what your title was?
Merchandise coordinator.
Yeah.
So I was bottom of the barrel, like, which was great. It was a great place to start. And then there was like some analysts, and then there was the managers, and then like the buyers and the senior buyers. And so there was a hierarchy. I would say there was 12 to 14 people on the team. And the people at the top had been there for decades, and they had really high positions and really powerful positions. And the first time I was working there, they're like, we're doing a team happy hour.
Fun.
At the end of the day. It's like, hell, Thirsty Thursday, bitches, sign me up. Yeah. Because I'm coming right out of college. I mean, you hear happy hour. A, that's only for fancy people in college. No. And B, I'm like, let's rock. So we get to happy hour, and I think it's a happy hour. Yeah. Where's the shots?
Yes.
Who wants a purple people eater? Yeah. Those are shots here in Minnesota.
What is like a tequila shot? Like lick it, like so,
yeah,
lick it, suck it,
lick it, suck it, slam it. I'm like ready. Who's in? And I guess I didn't realize that.
Oh no!
In a corporate environment, when your team says let's go to happy hour and get to know each other, it really is more of an extension of the workplace.
Have a Coke.
Yeah,
call it good.
Like maybe you have a glass of wine, like a sophisticated
that
lady,
you nurse for the whole.
You slowly sip on it.
Yeah,
and we left early at like 4, so I was like, yeah, pregame. But really, it was because everybody was going to leave at a normal time at like between 5 and 6 and go home. I misread that in a bad way.
How much fun did you have?
You know, I think I met my friends out. I mean, I eventually met my husband at a Target happy hour. So, I mean, things were looking up.
That's right.
I don't think it looked good for me to like the higher executives.
So, like several beverages? More than one?
I don't know why you're asking me to remember.
Because the time that I did it and my boss's boss said, how are you getting home? And I was like, ooh.
Wait, did you do the same thing? And you drank too much in front of your boss?
Well, because I
don't think they saw me get
but I don't think this is the time to show off that skill.
And he said, how are you getting home?
Yes.
Are you sure he wasn't asking like, hey, how you getting home?
Oh, like where are you headed after?
Do you think you misread the room on that one?
Well, he is darn cute, so I'm sorry if I did. No,
when was this?
I'm just kidding. No. This is in my married life. I think he thought, I don't want this on my insurance. I think I don't want this liability.
Because it also could have been like, hey, Becky, how you doing? Maybe you misread the room on that one. And all these years later.
Listen, these folks that travel a lot, I don't want to know. Don't ask, don't tell. But I believe there are hotel bars that can tell some stories.
Really?
I think so.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to start messing with people then. If I walk into a hotel bar and see people sitting there in their suits.
The time there was a pro-ho at an establishment very near here, and we were sitting at the bar, Phil and I. The kids were at a movie and just tootled over from the mall to where we were. And they sat down. First of all, you're not supposed to have kids at a bar, but it was whatever.
But it's you and Father Phil.
15-year-old, yeah, 15 or 14. They sit next to us, and this woman moves her spot, had been there the whole night, sits next to Ben, to my child, and was like, what do you guys do for fun? And I was just kind of giggling at first, like, okay, let's just see how this plays out. She's like, I'm staying upstairs. And finally I was like, this is my child. She no sooner looks me in the eye and goes, so what do you do for fun? She like continues the conversation. And I'm like, oh my God, what do you think is going to happen here?
So she misread the room.
I don't know.
So now when you say pro-ho, does that mean like a professional sex worker?
It's what it appeared to be.
Okay. So I thought you meant like a pro team.
No.
Like a jersey chaser.
Like, no.
You know, okay, a professional sex worker
She
propositioned your teenager. She misread the room.
That wasn't the first gentleman she spoke to at the bar.
At the bar?
And I don't.
Did she move on to Phil after that?
I literally was like boxing out. I was.
You're like, listen, of the three of them, you get Jack. Not Ben.
That's it.
Not Phil.
No.
You get Jack. Come on.
And I'd be funding it. So
it is funny when like misreading the room because most of the time it's so embarrassing, but she doesn't feel like she was maybe embarrassed. Like
I think she might have been into her cups pretty far at that point.
Okay.
I think it was just like she was just rolling the dice.
Okay. Most of the time misreading the room is so embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
But I also think in the spirit of like just giggles and not like if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
You have to.
Revisiting misreading the room is the best.
But I love this, like almost reframing it too, because if you felt shame or embarrassment at one point, go back there, check in and giggle about it, and it will reset it in your brain.
Now, I haven't yet done that with the episode in which I twerked on the street. Check out episode 19 if you haven't heard of that. It's ingrained in my mind. I do think a few people quit listening to me after that.
It's one of my favorite stories ever.
That still is wildly embarrassing to me, but it does get more humorous
the more
as
you tell
we go
it.
on.
Yeah.
Yes. There is a time my husband misread the room where I thought, that's it. I have to break up with him.
Oh, no.
We can't be together anymore.
Oh, no.
And fast forward 20 years, it is really funny now.
And he doesn't make mistakes. So, I mean, honestly, I think of him as being so...
My husband's really, really buttoned up. He's really tucked in.
Yeah.
Actually, my former boss at Target, she keeps coming up now. When we got engaged, we were both working at Target. And she goes, he just seems too tucked in for you. And I was like,
tucked in.
That's probably...
It's a great description.
Our motto. He keeps me safe. I keep him wild.
I love that.
That's our motto. But anyway, when we were either... I think we had to be newly dating. I don't even think we were engaged because I remember being like, well, this is it. It's done. No, for sure we were newly dating because he didn't know my family traditions. So
this is like a maiden voyage?
No, but it was either our first Thanksgiving or our first Christmas.
Okay.
And my mom's the oldest of 6 kids and so lucky at the time, because this is 20 years ago, my grandma and my grandpa. Aww. I still have my grandpa. He'll be 90 in January. My grandma passed a few years ago, but we had grandma and grandpa. And then my mom, her 5 siblings, everybody's spouses. I'm the oldest of 17 grandkids.
Oh my gosh.
And we hadn't started having the great grandkids yet, but it's a big group. And what you should know about my mom's side of the family is they were small town Wisconsin. Most of them still live where I grew up. Very devout Irish Catholics. My grandma and grandpa were just salt of the earth. I mean, they really just
good folks.
Really, I mean, grandma prayed the rosary every day and, they're just very, and so is their whole family. They're just really good people.
Yeah.
All they wanted to do was serve their family and serve others.
Yeah.
And they didn't drink. They didn't,
But there's just like
gamble.
a simplicity in that.
I want to use the word simple, but I don't want to make it sound like they're dumb.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep it focused.
Very earnest, very simple, very content.
Just heart of gold.
And really just like very traditional people and lovely and just wonderful people. So anyway, we have this, my mom had started this tradition in our broad family because at that time there's probably 40 of us with all the kids and everybody, where when you arrived at the house, she would have little slips of paper.
Okay.
And you would write what you were grateful on.
Nice.
And then you'd put it in her ceramic turkey. Okay. And at the end of the meal or before the meal, I can't remember, everybody we would gather in one big circle and the turkey would be passed and you would pull out a piece of paper and you would read out loud what people were thankful for. It was like a gratitude circle.
This is so sweet.
Okay. So John, my husband, it's his first time there.
Yeah.
And he had met my family once or twice, but my mom thinks he's exotic because he's from Arizona. He wasn't from small town Wisconsin. He had met my family a few times, not the whole group in the big setting like that. But anyway, so we get to the door and I said, John, here's a piece of paper, write what you're thankful for, throw it in the turkey. And he's like, got it. And I think he had a few drinks. Like we were young, we were in our 20s. We didn't
He thought it was happy hour.
We didn't. Yeah. Who was his first work happy hour? Misread that one. We didn't have, we didn't have kids. We didn't have a ton of responsibilities. So I think, you know, we had a drink or two.
Sure.
We were
You're spending the night.
Yeah, we were sleeping overnight at mom and dad's. We had like nothing to worry about, you know? I didn't necessarily tell John that when he wrote what he was thankful for and put it in the turkey, it would be read aloud in my family. I didn't tell him that part. And quite frankly,
didn't think you needed to.
Exactly. Even though we were younger, I didn't think I had to tell him. My youngest cousin at the time, I think, was maybe 4.
Okay.
I was in my 20s. My grandparents were there, all my aunts and uncles. So, yeah, I didn't tell him the full story, but
he has eyes.
Come on.
He can.
Come on. So anyway, we get to the gratitude circle where the entire family is in one big circle.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a duck, duck, goose or duck, duck, Riddick circle. Right. And my grandma and grandpa are sitting side by side. And so my mom hands my grandma the turkey and she pulls out the first slip to read it. And then she passes it and then it will end with my grandpa.
Okay.
Starts with grandma, ends with grandpa.
Love
okay.
It. This is so sweet.
So it is sweet. I highly recommend all of you do it. And so listen, the papers keep coming out and different people are reading them. And so you could have anybody's paper, right? And some were like, I'm thankful for the food on this table.
Aww.
I'm thankful for my Lord and Savior. I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for a warm house. I'm, thankful for shoes that fit.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for a bountiful crop.
Yes.
I'm thankful for the deer I just caught, so anyway.
And the fact that she's catching deer tells you that Erin is not a hunter.
No. Because I grew up in a hunting land and they would hang them from the back of their legs. And where most people thought that was like a trophy to celebrate, I was horrified. It just never sat.
I'm surprised you're not a vegetarian, actually.
I was a vegetarian until I got pregnant.
That. Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't. One time I came home from college and I opened up the garage door and there was a deer in my garage. And I think I went back to Minneapolis.
I'm
not even joking. I'm like, no. And I really respect hunters. I think
of course.
It's actually good that they hunt.
You got to thin the herd.
Exactly. And that's, a lot of people will hunt and then that's their meat for the season.
Right.
So that is how they provide for the season. So anyway,
because they caught one.
Yes, because they caught one. With a lasso. I don't know how I thought it was happening, but it wasn't happening the way I was looking at it. Okay. Anyway, so it is very much, some little kids were like, I'm thankful for my doll or my pet.
So sweet.
But this whole turkey goes around the gratitude circle and it is just, I'm thankful for my education, know, very wholesome, very sweet. And we're also a very, I don't know if the right word, like a polite, we're very well-mannered family. You would not start having a side conversation during this.
Oh, so this is a pretty serious thing.
It's just like at Christmas, you take turns opening and you watch everybody open and you clap at the end or ooh and ah. So there's not like 100 side conversations going. You're all waiting for the next person to read.
So it's pretty quiet too. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we get to the finale. It's my grandpa. He's got the final piece of paper to pull out. We've had an entire circle of faith, family, friends, food, thankful for companionship and love, furthering my education. And my grandpa pulls out a piece of paper and looks at it and says aloud to the entire crowd, boobs.
What?
Boobs.
Do you instantly know that it's...
Of course. He's the only exotic person there, according to my mom. He's from Arizona.
You know the Arizonans are going to... So what does he say? What does your grandpa say?
Immediately, if they're literally clutching pearls, like, excuse me, what? Boobs? And everybody's polite, so everybody just falls silent. Like there's a few
there's gotta be a little kid laughing.
Like Lilith from Cheers, like a few of my aunts, like their shoulders are going. My grandma's white, all the color drains out of her face.
She's probably never heard him say that word.
She is never. I don't think my grandpa has said boobs out loud before. And I look over in the corner. Everybody's pretty still. If anybody's chuckling, they're just kind of off to the side. I look up into the corner and there's my boyfriend. Hands in the air. He's trying to high five my dad. Like, am I right? Yeah.
Who's with me? It's the best.
I thought, I looked around and I was like, and that's the last time you all, out. I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is it. How can you not read the room?
So are you embarrassed or are you like kind of laughing too?
I am horrified. Horrified. How does he misread the room so much that he wrote boobs to this huge family that like I just,
and other people wrote my salvation, my eternal salvation.
They're writing things like, I am thankful for the bountiful harvest we've had this year.
Belly. Yeah, exactly.
I am grateful that my children go to bed with full bellies, which is the right thing to say.
Does this come up again and again years past?
No,
like
everybody's too embarrassed.
Oh,
nobody
won't.
We won't speak of it.
Oh my gosh.
We won't.
If you wonder what it's like in the Midwest, that's actually a perfect way to describe.
Oh my gosh. Now he thinks it's funny. I think it's funny now that we're removed. Yes. I did, spoiler alert, I did end up marrying him and my family does accept him and love him. But boy, did he misread that room. Boobs. And my grandpa is so sweet and so kind. You know, like some people could have been like, you know what? I'm not going to read this. Carry on.
Pass, yeah.
But he was like, it's my turn. And this is the final piece of paper. And what it says is boobs. So I will say it out loud too. Like he's just so sweet and kind.
Was he like questioning it? Like,
I think a lot of people, and I think it might be age or where we're from, are just like, okay, let's pretend it didn't happen and move on. Anybody who's ready for pie? Who's ready for pie? Like a few of my aunts and uncles, you could see them giggle. A few of the younger kids, because I'm the older grandchild by quite a bit of years. I think a few of the kids are like, what? Did he say boobs?
Can we say that?
What?
Yeah.
Did you say boobs?
I mean, you're going to get your mouth washed out with soap.
And instead of John like trying to hide it,
he doubles.
Like, it must have been one of the teenage boys. Like obviously I wouldn't do that as, you know, as
a grown man.
Instead he's like, yeah, am I right? Who's with me? Like nobody's with you, honey. Not a soul. And it's been 20 years and still nobody's going to. No.
Just looking for a high five from anybody.
Do you want to try to high five the dad of the girl you're dating? Like, what a miss. What a miss.
But look at Lo those many years ago. Now we can giggle about it. See, we can reframe it.
Which is why I think when you go back to Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
And now there's so much public scrutiny. And there's also public applause, but it's so heightened. There's such a spotlight on it now because of social media that sometimes when you misread the room or do something a little embarrassing, you can sit so long with like the shame or embarrassment of it.
Yeah.
But I think the faster you can turn it into a giggle, the better. Because some of those misreading the rooms, even if they feel like totally horrifying in the moment, they can end up being some of your funniest moments.
Well, that's just it. And
like
I
your
think
biggest giggles.
We have to be easier with ourselves. Like we have to be able to laugh at ourselves.
Yeah. And so like if you have any family things coming up and you want to break the ice, feel free to use the old boob technique. See where it gets you. John got a wife and a whole family out of it.
That's right. Just throw in some clinkers.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just kind of sweeten the pot.
You know what? And you don't have to high five and tell everybody it was you. You can do it in like hostage cutouts from a magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Ransom letters. Write it like a ransom letter. Toss it in the pot. See if you can get some giggles out of your cranky Aunt Sue.
It's a great idea. And I do think, honestly, if you're getting ready for the holidays, you can make rules at your house. Like, nope, we're not going there.
Do you know that Mel Robbins says you shouldn't do that?
Don't make rules? Mm-hmm. Don't even bring it up? Or how would she have us deal with it?
It was so interesting. I can't remember because you and I were talking about like what rules you put in place for the holidays or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got served up, as my mom would say. My good friend Mel.
It hears you.
Yeah. Mel Robbins also has a podcast. I don't know if you know. She started after we did. And she was saying, stop worrying about it's not your job to make everybody happy. Stop worrying about it.
So what if it goes down?
Well, then obviously you put your tap shoes on like I used to do and did my tap dance in the bathtub too. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise?
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, my cousins still talk about that. I didn't get enough attention, so I put tap shoes on and tapped in my bathtub.
Oh my God. I remember the year that my niece, God bless her, did not get, or however it worked, the gifts got switched. Mm-hmm. So her niece that was similar to her in age, and they're probably 10, she's still a little kid, and opens her gift, or one of the gifts, and instantly burst into tears and would not come out of. So like, I get that when things are so heightened, you know, when it's like gift giving or when it's big holidays like that, I think the expectations are so high. Yeah. That then that's why people are not their best selves.
Hey, Mel, you're probably listening to this. It's your friend, Becky and Aaron.
Your mentors.
Definitely. I love the advice. It's like, it's not our job to make everybody happy, but maybe in high stakes situations, such as the family seeing each other one time a year for the holidays.
That's what it is.
You could maybe step in a little bit.
Yeah.
You could, and there's very different techniques. You can tap dance in the tub. You can throw in the word boobs. Or Becky says you could like rearrange the seating.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Yeah. You guys aren't together.
You could break out into song.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that. What if you did that? You know how they do that, like with Waco? They would just put on music that would like deafen the people that were inside.
No, I didn't know that. Remind me of it real quick.
It's like a terrorist technique where you're trying to like, I'll just crank up the music. Like if I hear something that's a little bit.
And make him go crazy.
Yeah, I'll just jack it up.
Yeah, you could do that.
Captain and Tennille. I'll do just some crappy music.
Don't call Captain and Tennille crappy.
You're going to tell me Muskrat Love is it? Now, love will keep us together. Who could argue with that?
Nobody can argue with that.
Right.
So listen, moral of the story is if you misread the room,
pocket
it for a rainy day.
Yes.
Right. Listen, we've got some great guests coming up. I know it's been just Becky and I for a little bit. I hope you enjoyed our guest last week, Just Manuel.
Yeah.
We've got more guests coming up. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. So thank you for being here with us. We are so happy you're here to have a good giggle. We do want you to leave this podcast with the confidence of Countess de Lesseps. If you haven't been watching her videos on TikTok or Instagram, dear God, you need to watch them.
And now she has actually a front runner in the confidence of the Countess. Turns out it's Meredith Marks on the ones and twos.
No, she's a DJ now.
DJ.
Yeah. So I would say to go confidently into this next week ahead, I want you to go back and look at all the times you misread the room.
Yeah.
And I want you to turn it into a funny story for yourself.
Love it. Great. Reframe.
I want you to give a good old thanks for a good old laugh.
Yeah.
You gave yourself an eternal laugh.
Well, I'm very grateful for you.
I'm grateful
Thank you for the giggle. Grateful for you guys.
So happy for all of you, or so happy you're all here and so grateful for all of you. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
If you want to move better, if you want to feel better, if you want to perform better, and who doesn't, you've got to check out Daily Fascia. Daily Fascia is one of our original supporters. It is brought to you by Erin Teets. And what she does is she helps relieve aches and pains with fascia-focused activations. She is a best-selling DailyOM course creator who does personalized sessions that help you feel your absolute best. You can check her out on Instagram, Patreon, or YouTube. And when you do, use the code HAPPY20 to let her know that we sent you and to get a special discount exclusive to our listeners. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
It will help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.